Eccoci. Allora, consigliati sono fuoco e Dio buono, party raccomanded del 71. Poi proviamo al massimo. Raccomandato la roccia. Sì, la roccia comunque. Lei.
Understood.
Proviamo così.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here?
Hai capito?
Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
Wow.
I believe this is the abode of that adeptus.
Sobria anche lei, eh?
With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before?
Forse.
Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
Cosa ne pensi,
These are
Shini?
not real clouds.
Scene, Shini.
They are the product of an adepti art used for spatial partitioning.
Mm.
If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the adepti art.
All right,
Okay.
then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place.
Almeno la voce un pino si
I don't
sente
know
di
where
più.
they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Quindi devo andare a giro e posso usare lei. Lei c'ha.
Transfiguration!
Ok, devo attivare quegli affari. Ma lei è di ghiaccio, va bene. Poi sassa. Però tu dovresti smetterla di rompere il cazzettino. Dai! Allora, devo fare qui qualcosa. Ah, qui col fuoco l'attivo forse. O forse no. Ah, devo rompere questa. Ok, ok, ce l'ho. Sto capendo il da farsi. Poi dovrei andare laggiù. Aia, ok. Dove... Ah no, aspetta, manca... bel cristallone, però. Ah, l'avevo già preso. Adesso posso fare questo. Non so cosa faccio però cosa faccio se... Cioè cosa succede? Eeeh, quanto sgrava. Merda. Come è successo? Niguan, te ci rimani secca. Tutta così, missione, ok. Vabbè, se è così è facile. Pensavo fosse stessa cosa. Vai, a posto. È andata di lusso. Magari non l'ho letto al volo.
Everyone okay?
Però adesso eri un po' più coreaceo, qualche minuto fa. Ah, c'ha doppio colpo, lei come ult. Come R2. Cazzo. E vai, oh. Merda. No, cazzo. Era un casino, Niente, ragiona con l'orso un attimo. Devo curare le cose. È fortissima Barbara comunque. Scherzavo. Porca merda. Mi conviene resumare lei. Dai.
We can do it.
Fammi curare i personaggi per piacere. Io direi ora così. Ah, l'ho preso. Manifest. Vai. Strano che non si sia svegliato per l'affare. Infatti. Vedrai. Magari amico. Dio buono.
Very differently.
Porta della risurrezione attivata. Fammi un attimo. Ecco. Questo. Dai, fammi curare Resor prima e poi Shini. Sono rimasto piantato. Porta della risurrezione attivata. Molto bene. Per un attimo si cura tutti, la madonna. Merda. No, il gira no, il gira non ci piace. Fortissimo, fortissimo. Dai, ora. No, così non funziona. Cazzo è? Un gormite sto io. No, fatti tanto proprio che stai, devo curare tutti gli altri. Cazzato. Dai, la madonna. Sì, 2? Siete settantini, Vai, Barbara, tutti noi, la migliore. Merda. Come gli piacerà fare quell'attacco a loro? Doppio, certo. E iniziano a girare. Grande Resor. Una garanzia. È tutto un gira. È pallosa sta parte, non è che fosse così difficile. Sperando sia finita. Ok. Bella sta grotta. È proprio lui. È la Ched Chamber.
That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Prostrate reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Ok.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it...
Matte da legare,
Don't
Paimon.
worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you
Ah.
sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a plostrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
Attenta.
That's right! I'm sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt. No matter, you gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Ok.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plostrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself?
Adesso
Can't slow down
si
yet.
esce.
Let's go meet her at the...
Ma posso usare lei? Fammi capire. Ah, no, è Ningguang. Ah, da qui ci arrivo. Lei è stavolta. Eccoci.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti. Sure.
Ah, sul
Oh,
groppone
my
se l'è
dear
caricato.
Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations. This item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the
By
ones
when?
behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a
Ben.
side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Che altro sta anche diluviando.
Shenhe, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it?
Sommina.
Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold their head up high and break into a big smug smile.
Smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive too.
But I am not.
Shenhe?
A posto.
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy
Pamela
bed.
sa.
All right?
Pamela sa
Seriously,
cose.
don't punish yourself like this.
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
E l'hotel è esattamente di là. Al Grand Hotel. Al Grande Budapest Hotel. Viene passato di qua, esatto. È ancora più in alto.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us. And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly isn't an ordinary person. It's so frustrating.
La segretaria, ok.
Huh? You're...
Per forza.
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Scusa.
Have
Scusa.
you seen Miss Ganyu, traveler?
Volevamo essere offensivi.
It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Perché?
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Julian Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Ci hanno inculato Ganyu. Che detta così suona malissimo, ma ci hanno inculato Ganyu.
So, maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Non dovresti tornare al lavoro.
We don't even know how long we've been working. We feel guilty for taking even a short breather like we are now.
Looks like you got a serious emergency on your hands.
Speaking of Julian Karst, Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course! We've been there lots of times.
Ok.
That's good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload.
Vai, ci penso io.
We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode.
Cloud
You
Retainers.
might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work. Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Va bene. Allora, Sea of the Clouds, Sea of People.
Ganyu left to
Ci
visit
tocca.
Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mount Hudson?
Dio mano, dove cazzo è andata Ganyu?
We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Ganyu, però anche te, per forza là sul cucuzzolo devi andare. Aspetta un attimo. Ok, poi faremo anche questo. Caricami la stamina. Sono nel punto giusto? Allora. Ma è là sopra Ganyu. Ganyu, cazzo fai,
Found her. Ganyu, here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have
Bello
left
come
the human
ha le
world.
corna da caprona e gli hanno
Please
messo...
contact the Yuehai Pavilion
campanaccio
regarding
al
matters
collo.
concerning the commercial port.
Vuole lasciare il mondo umano.
You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds
Insommina.
fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishe.
Ok.
Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
Sa che c'è tutto un misunderstanding
I
qui.
appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Julian Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
Ok.
But
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Sta calma,
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
You Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
cosa vuoi da me?
Cloud Retainer.
nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
No, no, è un buon argomento questo.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed.
Ah,
When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
c'è dell'OnlyFans in tutto questo, secondo
Lump
me.
she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
Tremenda
The
Paimon.
day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Balla come se la ride.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
Perché forse è un po' esagerato.
Ah, one's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? Huh, but returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent
Un
among
momento
all
storia.
Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by
Okay.
chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for the trial.
Is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Andiamo. Andiamo a vedere cosa che si allena, quindi. Andiamo dove si allena Ganyu e parliamole. Con tutta la tranquillità di questo mondo.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here?
Vogliamo farti compagnia.
Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
Insomma.
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
We are so powerful. Ah, devo prendere... Boia.
We're way behind schedule.
Devo attivarne vai piano. Beh, quell'altro. Ganza sta parte.
There's a lot of gliding around.
Dai,
Does feel like
vai
something
giù.
Cloud Retainer would come up with.
No, mi fa perdere troppo tempo, per favore. Vabbè, facciamo così. Tanto adesso lo prendo bene. Ok. Quell'altro devo avvicinarmi. Se li vado a
Next on the
dritto,
agenda,
faccio prima.
healthy body, healthy mind.
Dai. Grande. Non inizia un po' male sta parte, mi sa. Mi sa che non inizia proprio male. Vai su, un altro sforzo, cagno adesso. Come ci arrivo laggiù velocemente? Questa parte, da questa parte, da questa parte, da questa parte, da questa parte. Non mi fa scherzi, Ganyu. Io credo in te. Me ne mancano 5, non è che sia propriamente così semplice, eh. Allora, c'ho un minuto.
We're way behind schedule.
Ma mi attiva lo sgrodo. No, fare cazzate, eh. A posto.
We've completed the task. What do you think?
Ho fatto un
I
ottimo
agree.
lavoro.
You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti, despite having none of their blood.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Ah, hai capito?
So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
Un Carve respira di più come
No.
nome.
The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Eh?
So it's Xiao.
Ah,
Cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
questo è interessante.
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Ci tocca. Ci tocca. Ah, è qua giù. Vai, allora ci si va in questa maniera. Con la Ningguang più forte di questo pianeta. Voglio vedere qual è l'attacco sassata di Ningguang. Adesso va bellini quasi sopra. All'incirca qui. Una meteora. Salve.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't
dai,
abandoned the
ciao,
wrongful
sta
ways
calmo,
of
dai.
humans.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
Dai, ciao, fa cazzate.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
Non mi sei
You're neither
severo.
an adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
Madonna de.
I have nothing to hide.
Secondo me Xiao si è un po' troppo affogato, stasera.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
Quindi, adesso ci si va ad allenare con Ganyu.
The trial's begun. Ready? Go.
Questa devo lasciarmela, invece l'ho usata qui, perfetto. Ne manca uno, dove? Ah. Oh, hai rotto il cazzo, hai rotto, capito? Devi andare giù, devi andare, non puoi permetterti di rompere i coglioni in questa maniera. Merda. Fammi curare la squadra, fammi curare la squadra, per favore. Sono veramente delle merde ste piante, cazzo. Fatele più resistenti, oh. Si nascondono. No, metti Barbara, per favore. Prendila. Dai. Sono straconcentrato, talmente concentrato qui sulla missione, non so nemmeno cosa dire. Carica. Dai. Grande. L'ho fatta a merda, perché l'ho fatta veramente a merda. Però ce l'ho fatta. Adesso devo tornare a parlare con John Fritz. Oppure Mastro Xiao.
I've completed your trial.
You don't
I
have
am
to
the
report
best.
back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training.
Cazzo Dio, che Xiao, non va bene nulla però.
Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Dai, oh.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
Esatto, potrebbe essere più carino però quando lei è
From
esterna in
tomorrow
questa
on,
maniera.
I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors.
Quell'omino dietro che si è perso?
I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis. I've finally come upon the Adepti. Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain?
Più o meno.
Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Il migliore.
So it's a pilgrim. He can handle any battle, but talking to strange humans is a different story, huh?
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Addirittura.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow.
Ma veramente nessuna, però.
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
Might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Enough.
In effetti.
Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Ma vaffanculo.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said, he was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
C'è detto che c'è stato un fraintendimento.
True. Just believe us.
All right, I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
Ecco.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
Adesso torniamo a Lee Harbor. Teleporta.
We're finally back.
Grande.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountain. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Ganyu, e al massimo ti cacciano via, te. Però si prende un teleport, perché è un po' lontano lì il posto. Allora, che salto del cazzo ho fatto.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh. That's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents.
Una
It
contabile.
put me in a certain mood.
Facevi la
Similar
contabile,
to the one I
quindi.
felt.
Is that? It is! It's
Oh.
Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here.
Uncle
You're always
Tyan.
so terribly
Ian.
busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for
Un
Liyue,
po' le palle
after
vizze.
all. I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing, the Tianshu.
Il Tianshu.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Qixing?
Poi,
The
questo,
same rank
questo
as
nonno.
Mama?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most
Pur
people's
buon nonno.
eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
A parte che c'ha la
Uncle
voce
Tien is
tipo
too modest.
Morgan Freeman.
He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself.
I
guess
am Morgan
must have
Freeman.
done something right over the last, however many decades.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my younger days. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled.
È la prima volta che la sentiamo Huixin, perché non mi ricordo.
Yes, she works at
Ma mi sa
Yuehai
di sì.
Pavilion and she's my junior. How can
My
I
junior?
help her?
Ma Junior cos'è? Tipo mio persona più piccola di me.
May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure.
Ho capito.
Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh?
Mi sa che Ganyu nemmeno l'ha notato.
Let's move then to Yuehai Pavilion.
To Yuehai Pavilion. This is the road. Teleport. Ah, ok. E in pratica è dove l'abbiamo trovata. E si va a parlare con Huixin.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long.
La migliore.
I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you've encountered
Forse.
some problems and came to see if I could
Forse
be
è un
of some
pochino
help.
esagerato.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from UA.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax record.
Niente, tasse
There are
su
obvious
tasse.
irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. Let's approach it this way, then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember
Non ho
correctly,
capito.
Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares.
In that case... I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu plans to let them expose each other.
In pratica vuole fare un
Exactly.
trappolone.
Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't...
Yes,
Bolai.
you're right. Follow me, please.
Va bene. Andiamo a trovare Bolai. Follow me please. Ma quanto cazzo sei veloce? No, lui. Ho capito, dai. Ho sbagliato tutto, ho
we meet
sbagliato.
again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuehai Pavilion?
Più o meno.
I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to offer you my wares.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuehai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records? Thriving?
Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Questo è veramente...
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word.
Product intent to examine second... Ok.
Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongsheng.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chinksa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Bala.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with
In
me
realtà
once
è
you find the
friendly.
evidence.
Vabbè.
I'm afraid I
Questo
can't
cambio
go to
di
Chinksa Village.
It's all right,
considerazione.
Rishi. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work. Leave the rest to us.
Oh, that's so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Allora, ok. Qui sono successe un sacco di cose recentemente, eh. Se volete sapere cosa, tanto c'è il video su YouTube, quindi vi basta andare lì. Master Lu.
Ah, welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you?
Per esempio.
I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once. But I'm always around if you're keen for a chat.
Chinksa really is full of lonely old people.
I heard that, Flying One.
Paimon's sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the Yuehai Pavilion, right?
Esatto.
Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something. Ask away then.
Ok.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation.
Vedi? Anche su Genshin si parla di evasione fiscale, eh?
Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Più o meno.
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. We perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenters. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here.
West of
But
here.
some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse.
Ok.
I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened. I see.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
Si vede un po' imbarcato, il signore.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our stuff in a fight.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too.
Ci tocca alzare le mani, via.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. You need not worry.
Va bene.
Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
And what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Paimon è stracarica a pallettone. E quindi niente, si va a alzare le mani. Raccogliere Barry anche nel mezzo a un combattimento, per forza. Lancia l'orso. Devo curare la squadra. Sto qui sotto, in teoria. Subito. Che cazzo è successo? Ah, ok.
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Non andava sconfitto, ma andava solamente indebolito. E ora va catturato.
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
Come with me, bro. Non c'è nessuno
If you're
schema.
telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Qing's...
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well...
About to...
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Qing's village is nothing more than a retirement.
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Oh, volevo solamente prendere due berride.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you.
Ganyu, stai facendo un po' casino, stai facendo.
Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange?
Aia!
This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you.
Cazzata me le mine.
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Bravo, ottima scelta.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
Anche secondo me.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal is to get the invoice, after all.
Ok. Ah beh, questo possiamo anche arrivarci a piedi, forse. Però se c'è un teleporto vicino, esatto, molto meglio. Little Lua. Vabbè. Siete cocciuti voi Ilicurl. Vi arrogate di diritti che non vi spettano. Li fanno sempre più coreasci questi affari, però, Pocca madocca. Niente, via. Sono derotti in culo proprio. E la smetti di lanciare bombe anche te. Non è un buon esempio. Anche voi. Basta raccoglie calcoloni per terra a lanciarli. Bamboo shoot. Quanti ne arrivano? Piano, adagio. Dai, invece di rompe il cazzo. Dai. Vai giù, fatti ammazza un attimo. Vieni, faina. Vieni. Dai, Barbara, non fare cazzate. Dove vai? Sono qui. Perché vai laggiù? Zanzara non è il momento? Perché ti muovi verso orizzonti a te sconosciuti? Merda. Ah, dai. Fatti pestare, fatti pestare. Dai, non ci voglio credere. E vai giù, devi andare giù. Adesso. Look, eccolo qui. Cerca degli oggetti in quest'area. Dovresti fermarti un attimo. Forse qua qualcosa va su in cima. Certo. Ah, una cesta. Vedi? Ho anche trovato quello che devo cercare. Ora si torna da Jim Fritz a riferire il tutto. Allora, vai piano.
Ah, Ms. Ganyu, you're back.
Hai visto?
I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about like that.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters. We've brought it back.
Oh, thank you
A
so
posto.
much.
Agreed. How about we go to Second Life and have a nice chat with the owner?
Dove è finita, mo? Direttamente a Dangerous Flora. Dongsheng. Ora so cazzi tua.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Non mi sembra tu sia così sicuro di te adesso.
Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
Scriptamente.
Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't.
Do you admit
Hai fatto cazzata, hai fatto grossa cazzata.
Transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Andiamo, dai. Paga, siamo a posto.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
Vai, posto.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Col tuo babbo. Fatto cose.
Hitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position, that's how Uncle Tien managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tien's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategy. So I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Ganyu solved both Huixin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Fortissima Gani, per questo che la voglio
So
sbustare.
much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Anche umile.
Then let me treat
Fortissima.
you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
If it's
Facciamo
just
uscire
a
a
meal,
Gani, dai.
there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Signor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not...
Dov'è che si va a mangiare, quindi? Vado a piedi. Qui dentro? Attenzione. No, entra dentro. Enter. Eccoci. Boia, per quanti cazzo ha apparecchiato Yushin? Secondo me manca un po' di gente.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure. That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like...
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree.
Lo fanno.
You're a great
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
Per forza.
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague.
La migliore.
You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years, too.
Huixin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor, apart from my contract with Rex Lapis. They rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Oh, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
E te che ti fa tutti questi svarioni.
That's why...
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Grande Ganyu, forte,
really I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary.
Oh, vai,
Regardless,
cazzo.
I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Vabbè, fa come ti pare.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still hungry.
A te mangia. Allora, adesso si va a parlare con la segretaria di Jade Chamber, che è sempre là sopra. Faccio una di qua. Tanto uguale. Niente, non ce la fa, Stanco morto, Razor. Stanco morto. Oh, è tutto a posto, tranquille.
Raisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep? Look
Come
who's back.
si è addormentata a piali, fammi capire.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break,
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human world to save all life.
Sto prendendo le cuffie.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right. All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course. We'll do it right away.
Oh, finally. We're saved.
Meno male.
Yes, there's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner conflict right now.
È stato anche piacere anche per me.
To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. It makes me happier than I could have imagined. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Ma questo si può fare. Quindi niente, si è finita la prima parte di quella cosa lì. Io direi basta. Ciao a tutti, mi raccomando, un bacio alla famiglia.